You might hear gunshots in the background as we're filming this. So this area currently has a lot of people coming in shooting here because of the close proximity to dense population. So it's real easy for them to get on major highways, and within 10, 15, 30 minutes, they can travel from Salt Lake City or Provo, Spanish Fork, and get to this location where there's few people. Geologically speaking, 10,000 years ago, this is where Utah Lake and Lake Bonneville, the shoreline was. And so because of that elevation of the lake, the archaeologists can assume a little bit that because that lake level was here 10,000, 13,000 years ago, that the people habitating here left their marks at that same time period. So consequently, this rock art on the south end of Lake Mountains is considered to be the oldest rock art in the state of Utah.
This area of BLM land is considered a multiple use area. This means that hunters, fishermen, hikers, equestrians, bikers, and shooting range enthusiasts must exist side by side. However, exploding targets and semi-automatic rifles firing next to hiking and biking isn't exactly safe. In other words, shooting guns makes an area single use. And when rock art is added to the mix, shooting guns merits mutual exclusivity.
Looking at the faces of this rock, you can see all the impacts from bullets on this whole face over here. So from those targets that we lifted up and looked at, the bullets are going straight through and hitting all this rock, and this is where the rock art is. It's pretty depressing. This is fairly recent activity.
The BLM reports up to 50,000 people come to shoot guns in this area annually. Gun debris is ubiquitous, along with the most eclectic of items used as targets for practicing aim. Household appliances like washing machines and televisions, paint cans and 5-gallon buckets, wine bottles and beer cans.
So here's an example of rock art on the patinate surface. We also have clay pigeons that's been shot on top of it, surrounding areas, and an impact of a bullet hitting the rock. And because it's elevated, it's easy for those bullets to sometimes hit that rock. More impacts from bullets.
After years of damage and conflicts with nearby property owners, the BLM has begun crafting a plan to manage target shooting on 9,000 acres of federal land on the eastern slope of the Lake Mountains. In addition, the BLM has offered 160 acres to Utah County for a public shooting range.
There are lots of public lands that are not closed to shooting, and so we would encourage people just to take the extra time to go to those areas. We're not wanting to end target shooting. We're actually just wanting them to find a place where there is no rock art and possibly shoot in those areas.
The number one rule for protecting rock art is don't touch rock art. The oil from people's hands harms the rock surface. Also, don't make a fire near the site. Don't camp near a rock art site. Leave artifacts exactly where you find them, and don't dig at a site. Anyone who steals pictographs, painted figures, or petroglyphs can be fined up to $200,000.
When you're out hiking and stuff, it is really exciting to find a rock art panel, to know that somebody else through the different periods of time have actually been in those same canyons hiking around. And so people really get excited when they find a rock art panel in one of our beautiful canyons in the state of Utah.
Utah has some of the most unique and beautiful rock art of all North America, a statement that is hardly objective. What is objective is the fact that Utah's rock art is in jeopardy. Population growth and real estate development are the biggest threat. But for this area at Lake Mountain, the danger posed to the future of rock art is more immediate.
not just illegal and immoral to vandalize rock art, it's also absolutely f***ed up if you carve out or graffiti the red rock and the sandstone formations that took millions of years to form. In Arches National Park back in 2016, park managers found names 5 feet high and 3 feet across, gouged into the popular feature called Frame Arch. There are still no suspects. To get involved with the Utah Rock Art Research Association, you can go to their website at www.utahrockart.org. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Autumn, a gal who enjoyed jumping off a cliff for her very first time ever. The catch, we didn't tell her we're going to ask her to jump off a cliff until just a few seconds before.